Slow down. Okay. I'm very excited. There's so many things, so many little things. It's so exciting inside my head. How do I express it to you? How do I show you what excites me or what I'm excited about? Because you already know what excites me. Knowing something new. A captive thought that will go further than the distance of its own definition, clouded over by time, where once we see it, we already know what's next. Our assumptions are like binary. Can I say that? Binding together? Binary, like January and February. There's no other Aries, are there? What month is the month of Aries? I hope it's January and February, because if it's not, we're going to take that month and connect the other ones. And since it falls in between the seasons, of course, 21 days, 21 blackjack, 1.5 times 14 is 21. 3 times 7 is 21. Three of creation, where are we going to start? Let's start with the Canadian nickel. Did everybody show up yet? Y'all at class? What am I looking around there for? You're there. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting. Every time I look around me, it's because my friends are here. And every time I look inside the computer, because I'm looking to see where all of you people are. Are you there? Yet? I guess. Otherwise you would have shut me off and I'd be like, are we there yet? Lucas? I know it's all about Lucas. One of Lucas's films, one of Lucas's arcade games, it's all about Lucas, Anna, and the division. Because David and Lucas, dividing of the Lucas. Why do we divide up the Lucas? Because when they have the commercial for Chevrolet, Lucas, they're putting on his hat. Lucas, he's playing out in the rain. Anna, David, and Lucas get into their car. Lucas, is that what it was? Is it Lucas? Or maybe I didn't understand right. Did she blow a kiss and what? And divided Anna and David. What? In French, David means it's all empty. Wait a second. There's people watching me now, right now. Yes. People are watching me actually. Like, not right exactly now, but you know what I mean, right? I have to explain it all to you. Well, you see, this is a recording. And until I say recording, go with the wind. Go. That's the way he did it on Spider-Man, no? I mean, where else am I going to learn all these new little things if it didn't come from somewhere? Sometimes, you know where they come from? A reflex action. Yes, I smoked a little weed just before this. My clock is off an hour. I got 35 minutes to the dentist. I must finish at least 15 minutes before so I can relax and come down from it all. What we're going to do here next, oh my God, there's just so much. Everybody knows H2O, but when you H2O, this number here, which is 6.25, 6.25, I'll tell you in a minute what it is. But the 359 days, 6.50, and 359 equals to 365 days, 0.25. And this one here, in this cycle here, 82 cycle, to my end count, multiplied 3.12. Well, keep doubling this up. 3.12, then 6, and then 13, 3.12, and it keeps going on. Anyways, you know the cycle. Another part of the cycle of that is that we're going to work into the cycle where we get the exact number of days coming into the same number. Okay, I can't exactly explain it, but imagine 25 by 25, that's 625, times 5 equals 3125. Now the same thing, imagine this 31 was a 25, there's 6 left over, 0.25. You follow me? 6 left over. This would be, this, if we use it as in the days of the year, we would be missing 52 and a half days, 525, which is 5 times 25 is 125, and then 5 times 125 is 625, and then 5 times 625 is 3125. 25 again. Times 2 is 625, 625, the same number we just started from. 5 times 125 is the 625, which is done by just doubling it up, because this turns over to become this, and moves one, shifts one forward. So we got that done, right? Now what we're going to go to next is to see if I can catch on to this. Okay, here it is. We did this already once. 136 is the number added from 1 to 16 from A to P. 136. Then it jumps over Q. It jumps over Q. I don't know why my camera keeps doing that. It's annoying. And then it jumps out of Q, and there goes RST, no PQ. So it stops at 136 and 613 laws of Moses, and ends up in the RST or RMST, which is the Royal Mount of Mary, the Queen Mary of the Titanic. RMST, is that the initials, what it is? But it always sends me down the road. And this equals to 57. 7 by 5 is 35. 35. 7 by 5, 7 plus 5 is 12, is 47. 47 and 54 is 104, or 10-4 communications. Oh, we got contact. That's one of the little things I'm going to show you here. I'm skipping over most of this. I'm going to skip over all of it. Get on to the next page. What's interesting on the next page is 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. It equals 49. 49 and 21 equal to 70. It started all at 7, and it adds up to 7. This is the months, and this is the dice cube face. Together, 3 and 4 equals a green 8, because that's what this equals to, green 8. 4. When we come to this one, 7 times 2. If you didn't notice, it's a 7. 2 and 5 is 7, 1 and 6 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 5 is 35, 49, 49. 7, 1 and 6 is 7. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 6 is 7. 49, 49, 49. Now what we want to do it is for the 10 world. 1 and 9 and 2 and 8 in the 10 world. 7 times 1 in the 10 world is 7. 7 times 9 in the 10 world is 63. The total is 70. 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 8 is 56. And 14 is 70 in the 7 world. And then we go on to this side of the page. 7 times 7 is 49. 6 times 7 is 42. We got 91. Because now we're in the 13 world. 7 and 6 is 13. 8 and 5 is 13. 7 and 6 is 13. So we end up in the 13 world, so now we're multiplying 8 by 5 is 40. 8 by 5 is, hold on a second. Some kind of mistake here. 8 times 7 is 15. 7 times 7, remember the 13 world, we're going to repeat the 7. So we'll go 7 and 6 is 13, so we'll go 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 6 is 42, equals to 91 in the 13 worlds. Then we go on to 8 and 5. 8 and 5 works like this. 8 times 5 is 40. Excuse me. Whoa. Why is it something's... I'm off the 7 worlds, and now I'm on to the 13, or the 8 world, which, okay, the 7 world can't go up any higher. The 7 world can't go up any higher because it already went up to 9. So now we're in the 8 worlds. So 8 by 7 would make 56. 7 by 5 would make 35. 35 and 56 is 91. 7 times 7, 6 by 7, 42 is 91. They're different scales and different lines. I just learned this yesterday. That's why I was having a little bit of trouble with it. Oh, what's that? What's that? I was just going to sleep. No, dummy. You're doing a video now. You're not going to sleep. No, stupid. I'm explaining to them what happened. I snapped. It was last night. I was in my bed, and all of a sudden these things kept coming to me. No, who was coming to you? It was just me and you. It was? It was just me and you. Oh, then that was different last night. I was able to sleep alone. Usually I don't let him in. My face is moving. Anyways, the other thing about 7 and 6 is that, how can I do this? 7 plus 6 is 13, and 13, no, I can't get what it is. There's something stuck in my head. Anyways, I'm not happy with this video. 1789 to 1793, George Washington finishes the first pillar. There weren't 5 heads on Mount Rushmore in 1793 or before that, so it wasn't complete until the heads go up, until the dams are built, until the nation is full and the boat is in, until the final moment, can you start to see the rush. The only reason we're seeing the rush of the New World Order is because it's been talked about all through our lifetimes growing up. And we're like those students of New World Order because we grew up when they took away our rights back in the 50s after the war, and they took away our rights more and more. They kept taking away our rights. And then all of a sudden I was born, and people talk about it, and one says it's true and one says it's not true. Whatever it is, this is what we see. We're noticing it now. We're noticing it now. You can say, some people will say, well, you're crazy, it's nothing, you're looking for nothing. Hello, we're all looking for a little bit of fun. You gotta get into it, you wanna make it fun, learn how to make it fun by not hurting yourself or hurting anybody else. So what we're gonna do in here right now is I'm gonna try and continue with this. 2015, the year for me that the final notation in my book into a new part of my book. 1793, just after George Washington plants his first pillar into the ground, we get an addition of 3, creation of 808. Why is it 808? I can't explain it right now. It's because of 202, which means I'm standing where I am in all of life, in the circle of life, and all around me is 8 and 8. But it's, to the public, it's 8, always who I am, and 8. So what's going to happen next is I take 2015 minus 1793, in which leaves you at 222. 222 times 8 is 1776. 3 times 222 is 666. 2 times 222 is 444, and 444 and 444 and 444 equal to 3, 3, and 3. Because 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 1 times 222 equals 2. 3 times 74 equals to 1 times 222, in which in gematria, the center of 37 is right over here. If you can see the notation. 17 and 20 is 37. Now why this and why that? Well, let me finish with this. Number 37, okay, is 7 by 3 is 21, and 7 by 3 is 10 equaling to 31. 31 and 13 come from this. It's also the face of the coin. It's also the number of Nibiru, the sun, the 7 and the 3. And if you take a look at the pool ball, 7 and 3, one is rusty, one is red. It's 73 because 73 is the first number on the second grid of your gematria roulette tree, and 73, the opposite, is the first number on the next tree. They become first and last in the 10-10 angled world, crossing over the heart of Aleph. Another thing I wanted to show you, just for the hell of it, is this. If I was looking at you, these 2 lines would be my suspenders on the front of my chest. But if you were behind me, you'd only see the X behind me. If you take me away, you end up with either the letter V, the letter M, the letter N. You also end up at the end with X and 11. You end up with the H. Okay, but if you really take a look, you end up with 1X1, which is 911. The other thing about 1776 is that it's not just 1776, it's 1770, it's 1789 when George Washington first came in. 9 plus 8 equals 17, so there you go. 9 times 8 equals 72, but we're going to have to get onto that all the way down over here. Because 72 is the last number on the gematria tree of the second board. That means it finishes a whole. 1 and 1. 1 and 1. 1 and 1. 1 and 1. Where are we next? Am I going too quick? I should learn to slow down. Slow down! Oh my God, it's 12:39. Thank God I didn't forget about that dentist. She is kind of cute. But I can't see myself lying back in my chair looking at my dentist and going, you're cute. I don't want the little equipment that they put on your chest, to rise with my thought. So now, again, we're going to go and we're going to do other things. 17 plus 86, because of my 86 becomes 103 mercury. Minus it becomes man in transfusion, 6 and 9. 1 is the dick's up, the communication's up, 1 when it's down. Take 17, add 17 and take 17. 17 and 17 equal 34. And in the gematria tree, that means 1. And again, 3 and 4 create 7 from that 1. 977, okay, depending on which way you want to look at it, 9 times 7 is 63, angel resident of the angel residence, which ends up counting as ESP, as Earth, Saturn, Pluto, and the reason for that is because 9 times 7 is 630, and 9 times 7 is 63, you end up with 693. Do you remember the way have you ever seen the image where they have the 9 this way and they put the 9 this way and it creates something? I don't remember what that is, but since we did 963, we're going to go 396 now, reverse it, and we're going to end up with 969. That's the end cycle. I don't know exactly what it means. 9 times 6 is Rubik's Cube 54. 9 times 6 is Rubik's Cube 54. Plus 1, because we always have to add the 1 on in the heart of life. Okay, yes, there's other ones, and there's excuses to add on 1 sometimes too. I'm not quite sure of what I'm talking about anyways, but this is something that the French people say. When the English people find it, they go, look, it's a penny. I'll pick it up. But when the French people find it, they go, un cent noir. You know what that means? A black cent. Hey man, if the saint is a black saint or a white saint or a red, black, whatever you want to call them, no. Un cent. 1 cent. But in French, C-E-N-T is cent in English, but in French, 100 is C-E-N-T. Same thing. 100, 1 penny, $1. Dollar changes. They say un cent noir. Oh my God. Wow. Talking about black people. No. Who is cent noir? Because a cent noir says a black penny. When it's a copper penny, it's just a way of saying penny in French. Look, I found the penny. But it's copper. Copper tone. And that's another thing. They took the pennies off the market, plus copper tone commercials are now coming back on TV. Oh, I love the commercials. Never really liked the brown bottles they came in, but thinking of the brown bottles and the dog on the beach, and I just, I can do that a few times a year. Another thing is when you turn on your radio, say it and get used to it because it's lost in translation. A-M, F-M, F-M, A-M, F-M, F-M-A. AM/FM. Oh, I'm sorry. Angel Residence at your service, 18.5 E&M. That's why the RMS Titanic under the BM is the Angel Resident. The 5th letter connected to the 1 and 3, because there's a B in the middle. It stands for 4 and 6, 4, 5, and 6, the Federation. That's why they like number 18. They call it high, but it's all about Reish. Because Reish and high, which is R and H, you say H, it says Reish with the R. And then you look at the FM, right? You see FM over here? So when you're saying AM, FM, you're saying what you wish. What they wish. Okay, so we're going to put this book on the side. And there's other stuff. There's a lot of little things. We're going to leave them out. I did start out at the beginning with 1 to 36, but we're going to leave that out because 12 gets in the way of the L, and Abby in the letters become alibi when you add in the totality of 9, 10, 11, 12. Should I go to 13 because you add 1? You know when you play the slot machines, you pull the handle down, and it goes, diamond, diamond, and the other diamond, and it goes diamond, and the other diamond's at the top with the diamond upside down, so it doesn't do anything. The other one's at the top, and the point where the diamond is down. It comes down to your row, and that pays you off. Not the amount you should originally gotten paid, but since it did you a favor and it came down, just so you can go, for the 25 cents that you had just won, of the 50 and 75 cents you've been losing all day long, congratulations. Everybody shoves in a $20 bill. They get up 40 and so they make 40. You didn't make 40. You have to go wherever you were going and take the time, and your time is money. And when you're using your head, I don't care what you're doing with your head, your time is always worth 25 bucks. When you're not using your head, time is worth $10. So every time you pull the arm on a machine of $1, you've lost $1.25 before it even begins. So after playing for 15 minutes, the machine owes you $30. But you've lost 60 into the machine that you can never get back. I really don't understand it, and you never get it. That's why as low as you go is as high as you can get, and as little as you can actually fill out that intersection of the difference of the amount. Raphael 70-86 in the constellation of Pegasus. Don't break the law. Wait a second. Okay, don't break the law. We're recreating laws, okay? They're recreating, it's costing them more money to recreate and create these laws than they can pay to all the welfare recipients another 2 years on the books. Those on welfare, how many people are in armies? How many people are, if they took all the people out of armies, so they don't have to buy them their food and their guns and all of these things, if you just remove them all, we can pay for everything. Wait a second, let's not talk fair, okay? There's a lot of things not fair, okay? But all in all, all of us are going to always take into regard how we want our future. But believe you me, for what's going on right now, the way I see it, what I think, not what anybody else thinks, because no one's here telling me anything. I know there's something wrong. That's all. And I'm a greedy bastard. I want a lot and I want it all. But I know if everything was in order, you wouldn't need it in all actuality as much as you actually need it, as much as it hurts today, as much as you want to get out there and do something today that you can't because you don't have the money, that you can do tomorrow and work less, and a lot of things to take into the account. Okay? We're living on a planet. The planet costs money. Okay? Infrastructure of the planet costs money. It houses you. It feeds you. And it takes away whatever dumplings you ever dump out your butt end. The earth has been nice to you. It's given you stuff. And guess what? I believe we can get more stuff. I believe we can have little satellites falling from other planets in the sky. Big rocks falling to the earth in specific places in the desert. And we have to keep it and break down the rock, obviously, after we can send it back. And in one of the rocks that contain 3, 4, 5, 6, 10,000 ocean liner ships inside this rock. And each one with oil, the other one with suntan lotion, the other one with gold, and things to repair the planet, you know? They're just going to come in. Hey, look, here comes another one. Yeah! That's on special this month. Coming from out of town, talking about the universe. Raphael, one more time, 70-86 in the constellation of Pegasus, and whatever elephant, bear, or animal, whatever piece name you want to put that makes you feel part, this is Raphael and you. Thank you.